Facilities Ad Hoc Committee to order. And the first thing, Sheila, is if you could call the roll. Thank you.
Okay, Chair Kelly,
Here.
Vice Chair Bortz is absent excused. Committee member, Zen Tao,
Here.
Committee member Fred Finley,
Here.
Committee member Victoria Rocha is excused absent, and committee member Alberto Ocon.
Present. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, and we have council member Jack Donovan and Mayor Caccioti on the line as well.
Great. Thank you all. So the next thing is public comments and suggestions. Sheila, is there anyone who's written anything in that we should know about or who is waiting to speak on items not on the agenda?
I have no emails and I see nobody waiting, and we have no one in our waiting room.
Okay, thank you. So we'll move on to the city council liaison comments or communications. Jack?
But the only thing I'd like to add, we had a long meeting last night, we'll stay away from that one, is that the meeting before last night, it was a special council meeting and it was about the commissions and boards and a way to consolidate them or eliminate some in order to be more efficient, in order to better utilize the staff. Meeting was quite intense. Nothing was resolved, which was not the intent, was to resolve anything, but to hear everybody up. And one of the things would affect us is I'm sorry, this is an ad hoc, but it would affect Parks and Rec Commission, and that there was a suggestion, not just a suggestion, recommendation to absorb the Animal Commission and the Senior Citizens Commission into the Parks and Recreation Commission, expanded to 7 or 8 people, I forget the number. And then, and also the Youth Commission. And that was a big item. And that would eliminate the senior citizens down to 1 person, the Animal Commission 1 person, and Parks and Rec would expand to, I believe, 8. So no decision, but it'll probably be brought up at the next council meeting. So any questions on that? Okay, that's all I've got to add tonight.
Thank you. Mayor Caccioti.
Thanks. Sorry to let my dog in. She was barking at me. Just a couple of things. We were down at the Arroyo a few weeks ago. I'm not sure if I brought this up, but I had Dan Mabe, Sheila can help with this. We did a test of some robotics mowers down there that also pick up golf balls and stuff like that. So that one well is Echo, large company out of Japan. They purchased an Austrian robotics company several years ago. We were testing the equipment, and I can get a little video if you want next time, show you how these are like 42, 48 inches wide. They can not only cut the grass at a driving range or a golf course, but also pick up a number of balls per hour. It's very interesting. Sheila, just maybe this might be something to add on a future agenda, or maybe if you have a quick meeting coming up. Everybody knows the golf course has been kind of shut down because of wind damage. Indefinitely checking out some things with the poles. But you know, as this committee's been talking about the area around the restaurant, I know we've discussed that little old building was kind of built in there after everything else. And then also a little wall that kind of blocks, it's maybe like a 5-foot wall, blocks the view of the driving range. Maybe just bring this up with the city attorney or this committee maybe while it's closed, I'm not sure how it's gonna be closed. Can we demolish all that stuff right now? Just, knock it down? Just some thoughts. We've been discussing that for a while, and I'd hate to, while they're shut down now, then in that 6 months, if we decide to do that as we build a beautiful restaurant and have to shut it down for another couple of weeks while we demolish those things. Just a thought, maybe just bring that up with staff. Again, I'm not sure if it's gonna be closed down a week or another 2 months or what, but it may be a thought. Thank you.
Sheila? Any response or thoughts? on that?
Excuse me. If anybody would like to bring that back as a committee, someone just needs to make a motion in a second, and then I can work to bring that back to you.
Okay, thanks,
But I will start looking into that.
Thank you.
thanks. Okay, we're now on committee member communications. Start with Alberto.
Yes, real quick, just on March 11th, the South Pasadena Little League will be celebrating its 70th year of existence. It is the oldest Little League in California. The original league, to start off, quick history lesson. Carl Storz, the originator of Little League International, Little League Baseball at the time, drove his Winnebago down to meet his buddy in California, Tom Heaton. And he lived in South Pasadena. And a couple of months later, South Pasadena Little League became one of the first Little League, the first Little League in California in 1952. I've sent out emails, and we're posting on all the social media. It'll be March 11th at 6 o'clock. We'll have a little ceremony, 6 to 6:45, and there's plenty of food and drinks and excitement, and there'll be games at 7:30 on all 3 of the fields to celebrate our 70th season. So please come out, enjoy, and let me know if you guys are out there. Come and visit. We'll make sure that we give all the rounds and a good time. So thank you.
Thank you, Alberto. Zen? Any comments?
No.
Okay, thank you. Fred?
Nothing for me.
Okay. I'll just say one thing. I serve on this committee under an appointment by the Natural Resources and Environmental Commission. I have served 2 full terms on that commission, reaching a term limit. And, appointments were extended through March. So with that, this may be my last meeting with all of you on this committee. It's been a pleasure to be with you and to work on these matters. I think they're crucial to the city, and a big part, their facilities are a big part of the city. My family has used them through the years. I use them regularly still. And, I just hope that you can continue to work and make the improvements that everyone would like to see, I think. But we'll see what happens. So with that, I'll move on to the next item, which is staff communications. Sheila?
Yes,
Israel.
well, Bill, if you are no longer with us for whatever reason, thank you so much for heading the group. And we'll get somebody to fill your spot. Not a problem, but thank you.
I'm not indispensable.
Hey, maybe, you get to stay on another term. You never know. So, but thank you. I have no updates. My updates are actually within the agenda packet. So we'll go from there.
Okay, thank you, Sheila. So the next item is to approve the minutes from our February 3rd meeting. Does anyone have any corrections on those minutes or? Okay, seeing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Fred. Can we get a second?
I read them. I wasn't at the meeting. Is it all right to second the approval?
I'll second since I was
Okay,
at
there
the
you
meeting.
go.
Yeah, okay. I'll second that. So Sheila, maybe we can just have a voice vote. Is that fine, Sheila?
Sure. Israel, do you want to do the voice vote?
Yeah, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Great. The minutes then are approved. So we'll move on to the main topic of tonight's meeting, which is the upcoming RFP for the South Pasadena batting cages. Sheila.
Okay,
it away.
so just to give you an update, the RFP that we did went to city manager's office. They did their review, made some edits, gave the final approval to send out. It was sent out 2.5 weeks ago. I sent it out to, probably, I think I mailed 49 physical hard copies, and tried to find their emails as well. Some of the mail came back, or they called to say that, they were no longer, operating just because of COVID. We did do a walkthrough of the facility on, oh gosh, what was it? Last Thursday, we did the walkthrough. So I had 2 people come to that walkthrough to see the facility and ask any questions of the RFP that they might have had. And so Monday, the RFPs by 4 o'clock are due here in my office. So we might set up a sooner meeting. I want to kind of get that opinion from you guys on how you want to move forward with this. So they are out. I have also gotten 2 phone calls from people about it as well. So if I can get 3 or 4, that would be awesome. It would give us something to really work with. But so when I received these on Monday, I don't know if you guys want to do it just as a committee, or if you want to do a subcommittee of this committee to review, kind of go over, see if we need to get any further information from anybody, and then we could do the interviews. But we can do them much like we did the last one with Mr. Kokorian, where they came in, we interviewed people as a group. We can do it during a meeting as well. But what I will do is make sure I get those out to you on, Monday or Tuesday morning right away, for you to start reviewing them as well, so that you can take a good look at them and see what we have. And from there, that's when I'll probably, kind of give you a rating sheet on, what your thoughts are, and then we can do a whole interview and see kind of what ideas. I mean, some people who've called, want to know, like, what kind of capital are you looking for? And I was like, well, what can you bring to us? So hopefully we can get some, really good ideas flowing. But so if I get them, trying to move it along sooner rather than later. Probably Sheila was not thinking when we decided to send them their 6-month letter, because their 6-month letter ended on the first day of Little League season. So I have many parents calling, wanting that batting cage open because their kids need to practice, and they want me to just put somebody in there and open it for them. And I told them, well, I can't bring the same vendor back, so I do have to go through this process. So I was hoping maybe that we could meet sooner than our next month meeting, so that we can discuss this, get this moving forward. Because we do have a process of, we need to look at the applications, we need to interview the people. I need to go to council to go forward with negotiations, and then go negotiate with the person and the city, council during closed session. We only meet twice a month usually for council meetings. So don't want to carry this on too far, because I'd really like to get them open. Hopefully, I would love to go June 1 if we go sooner, but it is, I mean, as you know, you guys work on our commission. That's a process to, making sure that we go through approval processes. And once council and the other person agrees, then it comes to council for final approval. So a lot of work in between. So if you don't mind, I might be sending out then when I send out the proposals to you that we receive, a few dates, and you can let me know if you're available. It's really hard to get evenings where there's not another commission or council or committee meeting. I think Monday, the first Monday of the month is the only Monday night that might be available right now. But hopefully then if you're not on your, I'll try not to use the night of your committee. But if we can get together, if it's easier for us to do a meeting via Zoom, just to go over the applications, we can do that. To do kind of quick and dirty, and then go to in-person interviews. So does anybody have any thoughts?
Yeah, what about during the day meeting?
Well, it's possible, but I know some of you might work and maybe, not be able to attend, but it is possible. Not a problem. I think my council members that I have on our committee here are retired, so we have them a little bit more openly than we might have somebody who might work during the day, but
I'm just wondering if people are, I don't know who's working remotely or whatnot, maybe that gives people a little more flexibility during the day with all the conflicts in the evening.
Okay, that's yes.
To the best of my knowledge, we received about 2 weeks ago a memo why we could not have daytime meetings, and that was in response to Zen's request to do it on the finance committee, but it applied to all committees. Now, it wasn't sent to me alone. I'd have to look back and
But
see the
public safety is 8:30 a.m. on Monday.
and there was another one too, this is the first thing in the morning, Zen, but there was, I can look it up. I mean, I can't look it up right now, but I know we received one, and it was definitely in response to your request about the finance commission.
Okay.
Okay, and it was a general, I mean, it didn't just apply to the finance, it applied to all commissions, and it was a state regulation. But I read it, I said, oh, okay, I guess we can't have daytime meetings, and just put it aside. I don't know who else received it, but I can find out by the next meeting. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
So,
That's a state
and
regulation.
if I'm wrong on that, then I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Okay.
I can ask too. I can ask, and then if it gets sent it, because they didn't send it out to staff, but if it was only pertaining to one commission at that time, then, because my senior commission meets at 8:30 in the mornings too, so. So, but let me just take a note. Okay, and I can ask, but I mean, even if it's maybe 4 or 5 o'clock or something like that, before, if you guys have to go off to another commission at 6:30 or 7, so. Okay.
So Sheila, I had a question.
Yes,
So
please.
you mentioned June 1 as the earliest possible opening date.
Uh-huh.
And that's just based on the time it would take to review the proposals and to go through the process of this committee and the city council and getting a signed agreement, basically.
Pretty much, yes. And I kind of taking it out by how many meetings, because you have to negotiate with one, then,
Right.
I have to take it. So yeah, there's just, I was trying to time it between how many council meetings there are and how many meetings that I would need to attend to. And then also, it really depends on negotiations. It could be one
Right.
meeting and everybody's happy, or it can be 3 or 4 meetings, so.
Right. So when would a special meeting of this group then be in the offing?
When would we possibly meet?
Yeah.
Let me just pull my calendar up here. So I received them on Monday at 4 o'clock. So if I send them to you Tuesday, we could meet anytime. We don't have council that week. I just need to figure out what we might have like the 10th, or the following week. Let's see, I have Parks and Rec on Monday, I have our council on Wednesday, but the Tuesday and Thursday it could work as well. So, it could be as soon as that, and then, so then maybe by the time we come back for our next meeting, we can actually have the interviews on that day. we'll have a special meeting in between and then the interviews. That first April meeting of the 7th. Because then I can go to council, the next meeting, to move forward with negotiations. And then we can go to closed session, the following one. Now would take us to May 1, the first one in May. So we'd have like the month of April, May to kind of negotiate with council.
Mhm.
And then hopefully have it maybe that second meeting in May for approval.
Okay.
So,
I see Fred with his hand.
I just wonder if
Fred?
you're looking at possibly March the 17th or the 24th. Those are Thursdays.
Let's see here, March. Yeah, I don't have anything on March 17th in the evening, but I don't know your commissions, you guys kind of need to look at as well when you might have a commission.
I have Finance Commission meeting on the 31st, yeah,
31st, okay.
yeah.
All
I
right.
have another board attendance on the 10th. It's not related to South Pass, but
Right,
I'm
you're
on,
at the-
I'm on another board on the 10th, yeah.
right. So maybe the 17th, yes, or the 24th, either one would work.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I can, like I said, somebody have?
I'm sorry, other questions or suggestions, comments? Alberto, Zen? Anything? Okay. Okay, seeing none, Sheila, that sounds good. I mean, a special meeting would be great. I'm pretty much available, I guess, to the extent that I'm eligible this month, so
Well, I would
Just
like
let
you to
us-
stay until they literally take you off the commission.
so they drag me out.
They drag you out. Or until they assign a new person to step in.
Okay, all right.
And then I just wanted to let you know, I did, the batting cages we physically chain the gates up and lock them. So, to try and keep things there and not in other people's hands. We'll probably do, I'll probably try and work with our public works or, to do a kind of a cleanup of the building as well, power wash it and things like that, but just to let you know. So there's really nothing to, move for approval or anything on this, but just kind of an update.
Okay, thank you. Sheila, I did receive, I think, 2 versions of the agenda, and I'm working off one that I received March 1.
Okay,
There was a memo I know that just came in
yeah,
related to the golf course. I don't know if it's not on any agenda I have unless there's been another one issued.
right.
And whether it's appropriate to discuss that or whether we should, agendize that for the next meeting, even if it's a special meeting.
Right. No, we could probably do that. So I did send out a memo to you. And so I know it's probably didn't give you enough time to fully review and get your questions that you might have for it. We also, just for going into kind of number 7 was on there, is I know the mayor told you we are currently closed at the golf course and the driving range due to poles being down. And so we are, as a city, are working towards, getting these things repaired and getting things back opened. And so to move forward right now on that RFP, we're going to kind of, for the golf course facilities, kind of take a step back on that and move forward on some of the restaurant stuff. So that's why it kind of was there. And then I was like, okay, moved it back. But if you want, we can table it. Otherwise, we can move forward. I know we talked about the golf course, but it's an RFP that could be for restaurant. But if we do have that memo, I don't know if we want to just table it for next time, but I'm going to leave it up to you as a committee.
Comment? I mean, I'd like to see it move forward as soon as possible, but I don't think we can do it tonight since it wasn't agendized.
So.
Anyone else? Okay, well, I guess hearing no comment, I mean, I guess then if we do have a special meeting, if you could put it on the
Okay.
agenda for that meeting, or if not the special meeting this month, then the following would, would be good, I think.
Okay. All right, so we will do that then.
Okay. Well, then I guess that reaches the end of our agenda unless there's any further comment or things to raise. Okay, seeing no one, I want to thank everyone, and I may be here, I may not.
You're still our chair right now, so we're gonna move forward with you
Okay,
till the bitter end, okay?
fearless leader. Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a
Bill,
good
Bill, one
evening.
thing, Bill,
Thank
be
you.
ready, just be ready, Bill, because remember, March is the Ides of March, okay, Bill? So watch out for Caesar. Take care, bye.
Okay, good
Thank
night,
you, Bill.
everyone.
Bye, everyone. Have a
Barry.
good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good to be with you. Bye-bye.